Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So to continue on with tearing this thing down, what we're going to do is we're going to get the rear end taken out of it, and then we're going to drop the exhaust down out of it, and then we're going to get the transmission out of it. So I might have to cut the exhaust just because the way that the exhaust shop had put it on, they didn't make it separate anywhere, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to get it out without putting it into two pieces. So we're going to see about that. But when we get that rear end out, one of the things that we need to do, and we're probably not going to get to it on this video, but we need to take the thing apart. We need to check out that ring and pinion for any physical damage, just because it is very whiny and it is a very old ring and pinion. So if it's in the budget and if I can make it happen, I'm going to try to get a new ring and pinion just to eliminate that whine, or at least tone it down. And then the cross member for the transmission is also going to need to be fixed up a little bit if I can do it, because the way that it's set up, the exhaust has to go underneath of it. So it's causing it to hang pretty low, which obviously it's going to make you scrape on stuff, and I have. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a solution for that. If not, it's going to be okay. I mean, it's not really that bad, but I'm going to go ahead and get these things pulled out of the car, and then we'll set it all aside. We'll just look it all over, and then we'll discuss some of the things that I want to do on the body of the car with those things out of the way. Okay, so there's the first part of that done. Got the rear axle out. It was kind of stubborn coming out on this side especially, but these bushings here, they're shot. These are cheap $90 eBay specials right here, so you know, I'm gonna have to get some new bushings for here, because this is causing this to move back and forth a little bit. Not a huge deal, but at least it's out. So, and if you look under here, there's my little torque boxes. You know, all that stuff needs to be cleaned up and painted and everything. I was thinking about actually adding another connection point from here to here, just to kind of strengthen that up just a little bit more. And then, you know, we got to trim all that excess sheet metal and stuff out. And then we got some cleaning up to do around here. I mean, this was just all stuff that got chopped out. It's not finished or anything yet. And then up above, we're gonna have to seam seal it, and then all this is gonna get undercoated in POR 15 or whatever. So I also got to cut these exhaust hangers off. We talked about that in the last video, just because they welded them on right here. So I'm gonna have to change that. I guess the next thing to do is to drop this exhaust out of the way, so that way I can get that transmission out. So that's gonna take me a minute. Let me go ahead and get that done. So luckily, I didn't have to cut the exhaust. I did have to cut this one hanger like this, because I didn't have my tool here that could get into a tighter space to cut the other weld. Luckily that one didn't have real crazy welds on it, so it was easy to cut off of there. So I'll have to get a new one of these, and then we'll just weld a bolt onto the frame, and these will bolt onto that, which should have been done that way in the first place, whatever. And then up here, you see we've got the right style flange on this side, But then on this side, we've got this. So that's gonna have to be changed because these donut gaskets keep blowing out. And then, you know, there's a bung there that they had put a cap in, but that got stuck in there. So I had to put another bung on there for this O2 sensor. So, and over here, obviously, we've got our wideband here, and then our other O2 sensor here. And if you're wondering, these don't have connectors. I had to butt connect them in because the connectors didn't line up. And once again, limited budget. So that was the cheapest way of doing it right then and there, rather than getting new O2 sensors or even, you know, spending the gas to go to the pick and pull. So, you know, we're probably going to change that. We will end up going to the pick and pull and grabbing some connectors because we've got to go for other things anyways. But it wasn't worth a special trip just for that. So there's that. Now, all that we really need to do is we need to get the transmission dropped out. So that shouldn't take but a couple of minutes either. And then once we get that dropped out of there, we'll go back underneath the car. And then, like I said, we'll kind of discuss some of the things that I see that I really want to change. And then some of the things I probably should have done in the first place. So let's get right into it. There we go. Got a big giant pass-through now. So yeah, this 408E has this tab on the top broken off, but that doesn't really hurt it any. So I mean, really this thing just needs cleaned up. I didn't have any issues out of it. It worked pretty well, so I'm not going to mess with it right now. Probably just going to leave it as it is and just clean it. So I'm probably going to replace the switch that goes here. For those of you that know, obviously these have that glue in them that holds the connector in, and I didn't have my torch, so I just took it off. But when I took it off, I noticed that it's kind of worn out. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that switch. I'm gonna go to the junkyard and find one. But let me get underneath the car, and then we will check and see kind of like what needs to be done. And the cool thing was I was able to take this transmission out without even dropping my cross members, so definitely happy about that. Pretty much everything about this car is coming apart pretty easily. You know, when I put it together, I kind of had that in mind, but it wasn't the ultimate goal to make it easy to take apart. So it's really good to see that. So let's get underneath the car, check out and see what we're going to try to improve on back there, and then we'll end this off. One thing for sure that needs to be done is little ears need to be welded off of this to come out to here. I mean, that bolt, that I use the same style bolt here and on the bottom. They've actually held up pretty well. No bending or anything like that, but that's not right. So we're gonna go ahead and add a plate there and do that, so that way that's extra support. We're also gonna do the same thing on the bottom too. And you'll see these bushings are a little bit kind of, you know, twisted in there, but that's because these are at a slight angle. And I don't think that really hurted any. It seems to be okay. I don't really like that, but that's just what we get. Obviously all this sheet metal here needs to be trimmed off, either that or bent over and welded. You know, this was part of the whole process. I had to cut some welds, and that ended up going through, so we got to fix that. We got to seam seal all of this after we get these excess pieces taken off, and then undercoat all this, and then we got to, you know, we'll probably bang that up to the floor pan there and kind of secure it. You know, this is welded on this front side. I'm going to come around and go ahead and add another weld. It's not necessary, but it's just kind of for, you know, the looks. And then here, this area here, I either need to cap this off, or I need to just cut the rest of this out all the way over to here. I need to decide how I want to do that, because I mean, if I do that, it'll kind of have a funky shape, but there's really no point in leaving this. It's not really doing me any good. So we'll look into that. And then, other than that, I mean, I really kind of want to make these look a little bit nicer, but do I really need to care that much? I don't know. I mean, I might put a piece of metal across here, like a gusset, and then cut this flat, and then just put a plate on the bottom of it, just to make it look a little bit nicer. I don't think it's necessary to completely cut this out and redo it. You know, it'll be all right. So this kind of needs to be cleaned up along this edge. You know, we'll go through here with a grinder and clean everything up. You know, we have the proof of concept, everything worked, so not a big deal. All that is already seam sealed all through there, and then obviously the inside is coated. But we're gonna have to come back through here. We're gonna clean all this up. I'll probably get some sort of chemical to get this rust off of here, and then you know, undercoat all of this. So you know, overall, we're not looking too bad back here. I need to come up with some mounts for these brake lines. I mean, I just kind of threw these on here just to you know, get the car moving down the road for LS Fest, but you know, we need to get that secured up and make this look a little bit nicer too. So let's go ahead and go to the front and see if we can see anything up there that we might need to address too. Okay, so up here, really all of this just needs to be cleaned off and coated. Same with the K-member here. I've got these pieces here. I don't know if you can really see that. This needs to be cut off and ground down. This was, you know, the very beginning of things, just in the wrong position, so I had to cut it and move it up. This probably needs to get plated up to here on both sides, just to secure that a little bit nicer. Haven't had any issues out of it, but it's just gonna kind of finish it off. Then all of this needs to be cleaned up and coated. You know, the seam sealer, I guess I didn't let it dry all the way. It ended up wrinkling the undercoating that's on top of it. I need to clean all this up and get it POR 15, kind of seal it off and keep it from getting any worse. You know, we want to make this car last as long as possible. This over here really needs to be fixed. I'm gonna have to, well, it's not really gonna be that bad. It's gonna be pretty simple, actually. All we have to do is, we need to just get rid of this hole and then clean this up real nice as far as, you know, rounding it off, and then maybe putting like a, you know, rubber piece around it just to make it look nice. I don't care if there's air coming through here. That is not a concern for me. You know, it doesn't have to have a nice boot and all that. That's not a big deal. But that does look like crap. So we're probably going to do something about that. I talked about it last time. Likely going to ditch the Hydro Boost and just go manual brakes. I'm not having a single problem out of manual brakes, and that just adds less complexity to the whole setup. And then, you know, I don't know if I already said it, but all this wiring needs to be cleaned up. It's just coming through the old AC fitting hole there. You know, I've got this piece of conduit just keeping it from getting rubbed through. Looks like crap, but this is just a truck harness that's been stretched and mangled and, you know, redone to work with this setup. So that definitely needs to be changed. I don't know if we're gonna get to that this time around, but, you know, our main goal here is just to get all the things done that have to be done with all of this stuff out of the way. You know, this car is 100% going to go back together in March, well, by March. I don't want to let it go any farther past that, so that way we can take it out and do things more exciting than sitting around here and working on it. So, you know, at this point, we really need to take all of the front suspension stuff out next. So we'll do that on the next video, and then, you know, get this Hydro Boost out of here and just start pulling the rest of the stuff out. We're not going to go to the interior, I don't think. I don't think there's any reason to take the dash and all that stuff out, since we're not going to be changing the wiring. There's not really anything in there that needs to be sealed, because I've already coated everything inside of there before getting it back together the first time. So overall, I think that'll about do it. I'm pretty happy with what we got done today. At least now these things are out of the way, so that way I can, you know, start to plan on what to do about fixing these things. So, you know, we got a long road ahead of us. It's a short amount of time. Hopefully I can come up with some extra funds to be able to get the things that we really need to get. But once again, by March, this car's got to get back together, because there's a lot of exciting things that we're going to do in 2021. So anyhow, I appreciate everybody watching. You know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below on your likes and dislikes or whatever. And, you know, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.